Okay, welcome to Tech Tips Jam Digital Music Baby Steps. We're going to talk about a little of the baby steps that helped digital music become a platform that we're using today. But first, we're going to introduce the Fustino brothers. And with us today is Russell, programmer. Want to give us a little introduction there, Russ?
Hi, everybody. Russ Fustino here. Yep, I'm a blockchain developer for Algorand and app developer as well. And looking forward to the session, and more recently, a guitar player, a student anyway.
That's right. Okay. And I'm Gary Fustino, do design work, graphic design, website design, business, social media, and marketing for FBI apps as well. And recently, just published this week, more of a book, my first publication. Of course, I follow Russell with his book there as well, but we got one. So look for it in the bookstores. It's in the Apple bookstore. It's going to be on Amazon and all over. So it's Columbus Day, which is today, is the first day of publishing. And tomorrow, our dad's birthday will be available in Amazon Music or Amazon Books and Kindle and so forth. So we're kind of celebrating this week with a new publication. Okay, Rich, you're our musician. Go take it away.
Yeah, I'm a guitar player and teacher and writer and music, all-around music person. I'm the director of the Week of Rock band. We just had a great show in August, and we reprised it just a couple of weeks ago at Matt's Music. And I'm also the director of the adult band, which we're meeting on this Saturday from 2 to 3. At Matt's Music, and we have a lot of great songs. We're going to be featuring Anytime at All by the Beatles this week, and going to be teaching today House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, as played by Hilton Valentine. And we had a great session with the Queen guitar player Brian May, and he did an excellent job of talking about it and how the song came about. And I'm using part of that video in my House of the Rising Sun sheets. So we'll be doing that in a little bit later on. I'll be doing a couple of songs. Well, one song I'm going to be doing today called Save Haiti.
There you are.
We got a couple of songs on iTunes. The first one is White Lightning, Storm 2000, and written in 2000. And we have Hold On to Your Mind with Bethlehem Steel. That's a great song. And check that one out. It's about 4 minutes long, and it's remixed. We have a new ending on it. And the short single, Save Haiti, which is the newest one out. Great tune. I hear there might be a shirt coming in the store with that one coming up very shortly. So I'll be doing that. And that's with a capo on the 3rd fret. And that was written for the Hope and Harmony concert held on 3/21/2010, and I raised something like $1,400 with that song.
Fabulous. Okay, so let's talk about FBI apps a little bit. We of course have a copyright on the programming for the famous Chuck Roll Tall app. We're currently working on shortcuts for. We have a shortcut out there right now for Firefox, and we're working on shortcuts for the others. And all these are available in all the app stores, and including, we also have, as Richard mentioned, a store, FBI app store, where you could buy most of the memorabilia, t-shirts, coffee mugs, beach towels, and so forth. So just click on those links when you get this presentation. We are going to make this public very shortly as well. So let's get going. Tonight we're talking, or not tonight, we usually meet in the evening, but today we're meeting at noon so that we could accommodate some of the students that are off on Columbus Day with a training lesson. So this would be great, and you'll probably see them join along as we go along. Okay, so digital music baby steps. So what am I talking about? What we're talking about is you go down any street or jogging trail, and you'll probably see a person listening to a beat, hearing an audiobook, or even listening to stock prices. And all with their earbuds, headsets, or even now, which I own, the Bose frames, which has the amplifier right in the frame, so you don't have to put in earbuds. It's kind of nice. And of course, my son works for Bose, so I was able to acquire those that new technology when it comes out. So here we are with that technology as well. So how did this all get started? Well, it started with the home computer, and the original home computer, one of the very first home computers, was the Atom. Rich, you want to talk to us about the Atom?
Sure. That picture is exactly like the one I had. It had the ColecoVision controller on the side. You could put the cartridge in. It had a storage tape and a disc maker, and the power supply was in the printer. And I used to print all my cassette labels on it when I used to do the cassettes. It was great for doing that. I even wrote up the transcriptions to, in fact, House of the Rising Sun was originally written, I've got it right here in front of me, on the Atom computer. And it's really amazing how great that was for its time. And I think the memory was only 64, but it could be up by the tape and the disc. Floppy disk. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. How many songs you can get on one side? About 6 or 7, something like that.
Yeah.
On one side of the cassette. Yeah. That was about it. And that's what leads us to, how do we get there? The cassettes went out of the home into a portable player like this Walkman, and then from there became portable players with the CD as well, which you can get the whole album and both sides of the album. And then finally you had the digital music, which was the MP3 player shown there in pink with the iPod that came out, which could store a lot more music. But let's see how this all developed. Okay, so the cassette player actually came out in 1979, the portable cassette player by Sony. And it was actually probably a milestone, even bigger than the cassette itself, because it now allowed you to walk around the neighborhood with your music in your hand or in your pocket. And the device, of course, was called the Walkman. So it was quite a development. And in fact, by 1983, cassettes outsold vinyl because of that improvement. People were able to take their music around, and suddenly it became really easy to do that. All right, so that's where that came in. Next came the CD, which with crystal clear sound, and a whole album, both sides on one side of the CD, which was phenomenal. The first people to utilize this, the first group, I should say, was in 1981 was ABBA. I believe they're from Scandinavia out there, either Norway or Sweden. And they used it with the album called The Visitors. That was the first popular music group on a CD. Quickly after that, Billy Joel here in the United States followed it up with his hit 52nd Street. So those are the two milestones in the early development of the CD. So if you can get your hands on them, they're probably collector's items at this point. All right. MP3 players were the result of this digital music. Okay, so now we're moving from CDs to digital music, and that work began in 1982, developing the MPEG standard, which was finally set in 1988. So it took a couple years to develop a standard, and then finally by 1991, you had really great, high quality, high fidelity sound that was now digital on a player rather than on a disc. And one of the first devices was a Rio in 1998. I remember purchasing that for my son. And it was amazing because you can get a whole CD, both sides of the CD on one device. So that means it was like 10, 11, 12 songs. It was phenomenal. Then by 2001, the iPad came out. And you know what their slogan was? Their slogan was, you could put your entire CD library on the iPad. So what that meant is you could put your 15, 20, 30 albums on the iPod. So it was phenomenal. then, of course, followed up quickly after that, 2006 was the Zoom. Ross, you want to talk to us about the Zoom a little bit?
Yeah, that was nice. They had lots of storage on there. I mean, a lot of storage.
Yeah.
But you notice the year difference there, 2001 versus 2006. The thing they were missing, I think, at that time on the Zoom was the user interface, the touchscreen. Really, no touchscreen. Everything was done with the dial.
Yep.
So I think that's might be one of the reasons that that did not continue on its success. It was a good success at first, but I think people realized the touchscreen was the easier way to handle your music.
Yeah. As a matter of one of our facts from our history, as a matter of fact, Microsoft Music wanted to gain popularity, and they actually hired a film crew to come out with us to Massachusetts to film Jethro Tull, because we were making an app that we were going to put on the Windows platform. So because of they were trying to get involved in music at the time. And so we were one of the beneficiaries of their early developments. So there's a little behind the scenes story of our app development right there. Okay.
Like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, that was 2009. Okay. All right. So along comes P2P, which is peer-to-peer and free music. So that was kind of the thing. I know I used to use LimeWire myself, and what you did is you bought a CD, you recorded it on the computer, and then if you had family and friends, you would share that music. There was no problem with that. But the music industry said, "Oh, we're not selling as many CDs anymore, so maybe this is a problem, and maybe it is piracy. Who knows?" So what happened was that Apple, being a real business company, they came out with the iTunes scenario, and so it kind of put a damper to Napster and LimeWire for their business model, which is they're going to sell each song for 99 cents. So that made the music industry very happy, because now they're getting a cut of that 99 cents, and everything that they've ever recorded could be on iTunes, and they can make a lot of money. So from that point, iTunes and iPod became the platform to do, and eventually it got into the iPhone and the iPad. So that's how that kind of developed, because a money-making business model was preferred over free, that type of thing. Yes. So here we go. So moving one step forward now up to 2010, the Beatles finally cut a deal with Apple. So it was Apple Music and Apple Computer becoming Apple Corporation, and they bought the Beatles. What do you call it? The Beatles song list, I guess, or their catalog. Yeah, their whole catalog now became available on iTunes. So that was really a big deal. I remember walking through a shopping mall and you see these big posters of the Beatles, and now on iTunes. So digital music finally made its way to the iTunes with the Beatles. And I think Beatles and Led Zeppelin were like the last two holding out to get on iTunes. Everybody else had already moved over. But simultaneously, streaming music came out. Which was Pandora, Spotify, SoundCloud, and so forth. They were subscription based, and you didn't have to buy music. You paid by a subscription, a monthly charge, and that became a better model for selling digital music. And so, long and behold, later, sorry about that. Later, in 2015, Apple threw in the gloves pretty much and rebranded iTunes to become Apple Music, which is currently today, 2021, their current music streaming service. I mean, you still could buy individual songs, but what they're really pushing is the subscription to Apple Music. All right, so that's how that all came about. There you go. Now, the industry wasn't without hiccups. Newsworthy stuff, one of them that was pretty major, and this was fairly recent. This was only a year or two ago. Taylor Swift, she had her music on Spotify, and she was getting, I mean, an artist like Taylor Swift, a very popular, one of the #1 female artists out there in the world, was getting peanuts for her songs on Spotify. So she said, I'm going to pull the entire music collection, her entire catalog off until you give us a better deal for artists. So because of her involvement and her bold step, the earnings for paid artists went up. So as the Beatles would say, things are getting better. that's what where we are today. So, all right, this brings us to the House of the Rising Sun, which is going to be our lesson in music today by Richard N. Fustino. And as Richard mentioned earlier, we got Brian May. I got a link to Brian May's House of the Rising Sun, which is courtesy of Radio X, which is a more elaborate explanation of how the Animals did House of the Rising Sun and how it was played on the guitar with what triple frets, as you call it, or I don't know what the explanation would be there, but it's pretty involved.
Yes.
And what it was. So, okay, so this is our lesson today. So what I'm going to do is stop sharing the screen, and we're going to go back to individual screens and start the lesson. So get out your music sheets, those that are going to practice, and we'll go from there. So I'll stop sharing the screen. And Richard, you could take it away with the music lesson. And then after the music lesson, you're going to do a little bit of Haiti for us, which would be fabulous. Save Haiti. All right, I'm going to turn off my background too here, so I can get my guitar in.
If you look at the music sheets, one has the words House of the Rising Sun. There's 6 verses, and every verse is the same as far as the chords. You have 5 chords: A minor, C, D, F, and E. And on the House of the Rising Sun tablature, it does look like a stairway, because you go up to the top note and come back down. It's really beautiful. There are 3 notes that are played like in a row, like a triplet. And Brian May, thank you for holding that up, brother. That's very nice. And he'll hit the bass note first of the chord. If you form the chord, you don't have to pick any fingers up. You're going to hit the bass note, and then 3 in a row. It's like a triplet. And then backwards, you're going to do the high note and come back down. So really, you're only using 5 strings. You start with the 5th string. You're picking 3 in a row, 4, 3, and 2. And then you're ending up on the 1st string and coming back down. And it's really, really tough to do that on every chord. But that's what Hilton Valentine was, the guitar player from the Animals. I'll do one more, a C chord. And this one here, you got to hold the form. Again, you start with the 5th string. And it's the same 3 notes: 1st string, 2nd, and open G. A lot of times Hilton would not play the last note. He would put a G in there on the chord. He wouldn't even play that A. He would play a G by mistake, which is totally not in the chord. So he could get to the F chord on time. So how about that? He really cheated on some of the chords on the record. You can hear a G in there instead of the proper note. But he does a great job. And then later on in the song, he plays the rhythm to it. And it's in 6/8. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is basically the whole song. But you have to have the sequence. And in the sequence, there's an E chord that's twice. up, then we'll try it. And that's the verse. And right here is the intro. So the intro on the music sheet starts all the way up on the third stanza down, but that's where the beginning of the song starts, and then you go to the top of the page. And that was the only way I could write it to make it one page long. Hey, Russ, you want to try that first chord? I see you forming it. It's an A minor, and you're going to start on the 5th string. Oh, okay. All right. That's it. You got to have your second finger up higher.
I got to unmute. Were you hearing me talk before or not?
No.
No. Your second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Gary's got it right. Gary, you got that right. Second finger is higher.
Yep.
Now, if the note doesn't come out, it doesn't come out clear, it's okay. Don't try to pick that note again. Go to the next note so you get the right notes in a row.
Ready?
You can pick them once. If it doesn't come out good, you go to the next note anyways.
All right. Ready?
Right. Sounds like the percolator twist.
All right, here we go. Out of practice.
Once you finish the sequence on the first measure, you could do it again the second time to get it clear.
All right, I'm going to start again.
Start again. And then there's 3 in a row. You got to have the E, second finger on the 4th string, 3rd finger on the 3rd, and 1st on the 2nd string. And then you have to arch like McDonald's to get that E to ring. Come backwards.
All right. And that's it. I try to do those 3 in a row, you know, and I know the song very well.
It's hard to get the 3 in a row. That's hard.
That's it.
We're gonna try the second chord today too.
Okay.
All right.
Chord.
Second chord. All right. Let me get my fingers straightened out.
Yeah, this is the chord that we use in Lucille by Kenny. I can't
Rogers. Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Yeah, maybe we'll do that for one of our lessons, Lucille. Anyways, it's a C chord, 3rd finger on the 5th string. Starts the root.
Yeah,
then you're going to do those 3 in a row, the E, G, C. Archie to get that open E. Go ahead, Russ.
I was going to say, I look at where the first fret finger's got to go. So I know that's got to go on this first fret.
It's on the same C.
And then I look at the second one where the second finger's got to go. That's got to go on the 4th string. And then I look at the 1 or the 3, and that's going to be up on the 5th string. So now I've got my fingers all set, ready to go.
That's it. Now you could try to do the bass note first, which is C, and then you do like a triplet, and then backwards. So you're not picking your finger up, you're just holding it there. Everything has to be arched. The first finger is the tough one to arch. Your nail has to be cut in order to do that one. So you got 1 note, it's an 8th note, and then you got 3, which is the triplet. And there's that G I was talking about, that last note G. That is in the chord, so that's no problem.
Yeah, but it's tough. That's a tough one.
It is. Your finger, your third finger is not right, Gary. It's got to be high. Third finger's on the C. Third finger.
Okay.
All the way up on the 5. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Move to the right a little bit. There it is. That's it. Now try it.
Okay.
That's it. Now we got the C, then the E, G, C. That should do it. But you got to start with the C on the 5.
Man, it's amazing.
That's
If you use
the
all
E.
strength. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Okay.
They call that an arpeggio. And
Oh.
as you play each one, they go together. I'll do the first 2, and I'll teach you one more.
All right. You keep going. Another 2-3 minutes, and then we got to do Haiti, and we got to do a rap.
Right. Okay. So I'll do one more. Here's the D chord.
Okay.
Now the D chord is strange. I have to tell you about that. You're going to hit the D once, and then again. And you could form it with one finger on the A and second finger on the F sharp, third finger on the D. That's one way to do it. Or you could bar it. And the last one is the F chord. And that's the one sometimes he doesn't hit the A on the end, he hits a G. Which is wrong. But it should be the F chord. F. Okay, there's one more chord. The final chord is the E chord, starting on the 6th string. Notice the form is just like A minor, but it's in the position lower, one lower string. E, and you do the triplet. B, E, G sharp, and again, you got 2 open strings coming backwards. And that one is twice. There is a house in New Orleans. They call it the rising sun. And there's the 2. It's been the ruin of many poor boys. And God, I know I'm one. And there's the intro I was talking about. And the record is much faster, but if you follow the chords, and that's it. It
Just
sounds
beautiful.
really good on the record, I'll tell you.
Just beautiful. All right. How about you play us your new hit song, Save Haiti?
All right.
Oh, turn on the microphone.
All right. I have to tell you about this one.
Okay.
It's played in the key of E flat with a capo on the 3rd fret. You're going to see many of the same forms that we just used. A C form is the introduction, but it's really an E flat. Then I play like a A minor, but that's a C minor. And G
Rich,
chord,
Rich,
really a B flat chord.
can you reach the camera
back?
to your head there? Okay. That's better. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Now, there's all the work is done by the pinky. So when I start the song, you're going to have extra notes in there. But it makes it really nice. And right here, there's a B flat chord, B flat 6. So there's some really nice stuff in there. A flat is one of the chords. It's like an F chord.
So I'm going to do the whole thing. This is written for the Hope and Harmony concert held, I believe, 3/21/2010. Safety. Once was a young lady lived in Haiti, but now she's gone. Now she was in trouble, buried in rubble. Something went wrong. Hurricane had passed, not much there would last. Peace was their song. Save Haiti today, and there will be a way to help humanity. Save Haiti today, help to rebuild the way, give them their dream for eternity. Was a young lady who lived in Haiti, buried alive. Her family had time in nature's own crime to stay alive. In 2010, remember again those who survived. Save Haiti today, help them, show them the way, and grant them sanity. Save Haiti today, help them rebuild the way, give them the dream for eternity. Save Haiti today, there will be a way to help humanity. Save Haiti today, help them rebuild their way, give them their dream for eternity. Give them the dream for eternity. Give them the dream for eternity. Hey, that's it. Save Haiti.
That's it, man. That was terrific.
You can get it for 99 cents, I believe, on iTunes.
That's right. 99 cents. It's out there. Okay. Let me share the screen. And
It's about 2 minutes long. It's a radio hit.
Nice job, Rich.
Nice
Thank
job.
you.
All right. We're going to finish up this presentation here now. All right. So you could get a continuous music lessons from Richard Fustino at both Matt Music and Crossroads Music, and also online at our own online registration form right here on the Week of Rock website. All right, so you can go there, sign up for music lessons, and he'll teach you right in your own studio right there. So just fill out that form. The resources that we use today for at least the first part of the digital music are at the end of the presentation here at the PowerPoint. Digital music reference we did from evolution of music, a lot of material from there. And then, of course, you got the Bose frames and the Atom and Zoom and Napster and all the stuff that's listed. And also, this presentation will be put up on the tips blog, which is on inbusinessseo.net. All right. Our next presentation, our next free webinar will be January 10th. So enjoy that. And that's about it. We also have a lot of links there that you can go to. So we're going to convert this into a PowerPoint and also into a live video, which we'll share shortly. So that's the end of today's presentation. Any comments from the audience out there? Rich, Russell, anybody else?
We enjoyed presenting these webinars to you. So feel free to text us or comment, give us a link, and maybe we'll be doing the song that you want to hear in the next presentation. And Gary did a great job on the iPad, and I have a Zoom. I don't know if it works, but I still have a Zoom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was kind of a fun thing. You know, we do technical webinars, but at this one here, I thought we'd just do a little fun, just trace some digital music from its sources for a little while back, and over the last 20, 30 years, it's really made some progress, you know. I mean, at one time you had to carry these huge boom boxes on your shoulder, and now you got the little digital music that you could carry in your pocket. Now you don't even need a separate device; it's on your phone, you know. So, and even one step further, it's on your watch, you know. So there you go. And so that's about it.
Do a TED Talk, Gary. You're all set here. You got some great content.
That's right.
It reminds me a lot of Dick Tracy. Remember, he always used to look at his watch.
That's right. That's where we are. That's where we are now.
So that's where we are. Dick Tracy was the first one.
And it's quality sound. It's quality too. It's phenomenal. Anyway, so have a good rest of the afternoon. Maybe we'll do some more of these afternoon sessions, especially if it lands on a holiday for our younger audience. We try to make these things all ages. So that's it.